Okay, hello, lovely people, and we're here for episode 2 of our personal development series. That's what I'm going to call it. It's personal development because the first episode was about just starting. It was we talked about procrastination, we talked about self-doubt. So this part 2 is a follow-on from that, and so I'm going to introduce this young man beside me. His name is Nathan.
Hello.
Yeah, he's my
Welcome.
husband. Yes, indeed. So today, you lucky people are going to have both of us today. And yes, so today is entitled Let Your Light Shine. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to, Nathan's going to give you 5 tips, top tips about letting your light shine, and then I'm going to lead on from that about things you need to be aware of, 5 things you need to be aware of when you begin to let your light shine. Okay, so you remember, as I said, in the first episode we talked about procrastination and self-doubt. Moving on from that, we're talking about letting your light shine. So
Hey everybody. So, letting your light shine is about just being yourself and doing whatever you feel your purpose is to the best of your ability and just going all out to do that. And so, the first top tip is have a deep conviction. And so, a lot of people know that they're talented, they know that they're gifted, they know that they have a strength in certain areas, but they may still not act on it. So knowing is not enough. You have to have a deep conviction, a deep belief and understanding that you are gifted, that you have a strength, and that the world needs to see what your strength and your gift is. And so have that conviction allows you to move from the state of inertia and start moving forward in that. Point 2 is to understand that it's not all the time that you can plan and prepare when you're shining your light and when you're doing the best that you can. Sometimes you just have to launch and learn, and it's something that we kind of picked up on in one of the organisations I used to work with. We often started a project, had the bare bones foundation of it, and then as we moved forward, we kind of made pitfalls, made errors, but we were, it wasn't the end of the day. We learned from our mistakes and we moved forward. And so sometimes you've got to launch and you've got to learn. And the third one is, if I can get my iPad started again, is to sometimes you've got to force good relationships. And that means that as a leader, you would need people that are following you and also people that are ahead of you, so that you can both have a cohort of people that move along with you, and also you got support for people that are more experienced in what you're doing. And so sometimes you've got to force those relationships. And like, if you're anything like me, you kind of networking is not the most favorite thing that you want to do. But sometimes networking and forcing good relationships are important in order to do that. Fourthly, expect opportunities to arise. So if you're doing the best that you can, you're shining your light, you're going all out, then expect opportunities to come your way. Be prepared for them. If you are an artist, for example, get a portfolio of work. You know, we're in the modern age now, so you can copy that onto your iPad, your phone, or whatever, and so that you're ready to present at any time when opportunities arise. And the last one is to know what motivates you. And so for myself personally, sometimes when I'm feeling low or feeling like you're banging your head against a brick wall, sometimes I just take them away, just jump on the keyboard and play. Some others do sport, go for a run, whatever it is, talk to a good friend. But what is it that motivates you, and just be prepared for that when the rough days come. Yeah.
okay, right. So I'm going to talk about 5 things that you need to be mindful of, aware of, conscious of when you begin to let your light shine. So you're starting out, you follow those tips, and the first thing that I think that you ought to be aware of is that you're going to have to battle with some inner negative thoughts, because as I was speaking about in the first video when we were talking about self-doubt, these things come, you're talking to yourself, you're talking yourself out of things. You are thinking about previous experience. You are thinking about other people who may be doing a similar thing, who look like they're doing it brilliantly, and you're thinking you're not going to match up to that. You're thinking about, well, I haven't got all the skill set I need. And so all these different things are going to be internal, inner thoughts that you probably never vocalize to anybody, but they will be battles that you have to master and to be able to keep a lid on those things, because those things can be crippling. Sometimes even, I'll go as far as sometimes the people around you, they may unintentionally say things that might cause you to feel like you're not going to be good enough about the things that you have in mind to do to let your light shine, or you're not ready, or you know, that who do you think you are kind of thing. And they might not be doing that intentionally, but those things come to almost haunt you inside, and you're having conversations with yourself. So you have to be mindful of this, that when you're trying to begin to start letting your light shine, you're going to have these internal battles of the mind. They are, you know, I guess that's where the saying comes, mind over matter. But, you know, you're going to have these battles, and you need to get a grip of those things, because they will stop you from moving forward. So you need to recognize that they're there, but do it anyway. So almost feel the pain and do it anyway. Again, that's another saying. So number 2, you're gonna have haters. Okay, so what I mean by that is, right, so as soon as you start to launch out, do things for yourself, there's going to be people looking at you thinking, thinking, who do you think you are, what you're doing, why you're doing that doesn't look good. And they're going to have all sorts of things to say. Sometimes they don't actually even say those things, and they might be smiling at you and making you feel like, yeah, they're with you 100, but really and truly they're low-key haters. So you got to be mindful. Not everybody is going to be before you, but as Nathan already saying, if you have a conviction, a strong conviction about your gifts and your talents and your things that you want to achieve, you've got to recognize that you're going to have to suppress and ignore those haters. Suppress your inner thoughts, ignore those haters, and move forward anyway. Okay, number 3, sometimes as you'll start to let your light shine, you've got to be aware also that you're not always going to get everything right. Sometimes you're going to make some mistakes. Sometimes you're going to go left when you should have gone right. So you've got to be mindful of that and quickly forgive yourself, regroup, move forward. It's not there sitting so long feeling melancholy and really despair and how do you make this happen and how you lost this. Like with any business venture, I'm sure any good business person will tell you they've probably lost a lot before they gained anything. So you just got to forgive yourself quickly, go to plan B, move forward. Don't sit there too long in that sorrowful state. Learn something, move forward. So forgive yourself quickly, because you're going to make mistakes. Number 4. Okay, so when you're first starting out, it may feel a lot like this is too much, like this is big, this is, you know, I've got to do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G before I even get anywhere. And it's going to feel like it's a lot to do. It's going to feel like this is too much. It's going to feel like it's insurmountable. And so even sometimes at the beginning and sometimes even along the way that you're going to feel that way. But you've got to recognize, again, it's about the conviction. You are built for this. You are built for greatness. You've got to believe in yourself, right? And if you're a Christian, for instance, because we're Christians, we tap into the power of the Holy Spirit to help us in these things, to help us to manage our feelings of doubt and security, and we get power and energy from him to move forward. So you may feel it's a lot at the start, but you've got to know that you're built for this, and this is your purpose in life. So finally, number 5, which I think is one of the biggest things that you need to know: when you let your light shine, you give permission for everyone around you to let their light shine. Because what happens is, as soon as people see you start being great, sometimes, as I said, you're going to get the haters. I said in point two, you're going to get some haters and stuff like that. But deep down, even those haters are going to be thinking, I wish I was a bit more like that person. I wish I would just push, because everybody's got thoughts and things that they want to do in life. And if you start being brilliant, all around you, you will see people start getting the seed of brilliance, and they start projecting and feeling free and able to be brilliant themselves. If you let your light shine, if you start doing the things that God's created for you to do, if you start moving forward, you give others permission to move forward. Okay, so remember these things, that yes, there's going to be obstacles along the way, but you are empowered, you're built for this, and you can be brilliant and show brilliance. You're going to make mistakes along the way, but if you be steadfast and just focused on using your talents and giftings, there's somebody out there that you're doing something for that's going to be grateful for it. Even as I'm sitting here today, I recognize, as I said, you saw the first video, procrastination, self-doubt, talking about things that, my own internal voice is that voice that's telling me not good enough, can't do it, not going to be good enough, no one's going to watch, no one's going to be interested. And even in this week ahead, even from the first video till today, I've had those similar thoughts. But I've had to manage those thoughts and say, you can do this. And I was so grateful that my husband Nathan decided that he would do this with me, because he's a support. And so we're doing this together. And I think that I'm hoping that you are finding something useful in this video today that's going to help you to move from where you are, that period of inertia, which is just not doing anything, just sitting there in a space and environment that's just, there's no movement, and that you're going to say to yourself, today, I'm going to do one thing that's going to move me forward, about all the thoughts and feelings I have inside, that I'm going to take a step and I'm going to dare to be brilliant. And you'll see others around you, as you start to be brilliant, they're going to also feel empowered to be brilliant too. Okay, so I hope you find this useful, and if you haven't already, please join the Life of Jules family by subscribing, press the like button, of course, and leave a comment on as to how you are moving forward, what your plans are, how you're going to let your light shine, and anything else that you would like us to discuss as the topic that's going to help you. Okay, see you next time. Bye.
Bye.